Uniswap. So Uniswap right now is crazy high in volume. And the reason for this is currently the markets are having quite a crash. And what is really interesting about this is that in this moment of a crash where we're watching Bitcoin and everything dropping double-digit percentages, the amount of money that's flown straight on to Uniswap for sales and stuff has been huge. This is a really strong sign for Uniswap when we see the bull cycle in full flow. So I'm going to take a look at what price Uniswap can hit in this bull cycle. Before I get into it though, guys, if you are new here, these are the first 26 coins that I did videos about on the channel. When I did the videos, I showed myself buying up all of these because I expected they were going to make me a ton of cash. If you'd have done the same, let's say you'd have popped $100 into each of these coins when I released the videos, all you would have needed to do is sit on those coins for 16 or 17 months and then sell them, and you'd been selling at these prices, and your total profit in under a year and a half would have been over 123 grand. Now, you don't have 50 months to get your portfolio sorted. We are in a bull cycle, even with the crash that we're currently experiencing. And if you're not confident in the coins that you own, or you don't have a portfolio that you're happy with, it's time to do something about it. If you go to copymycrypto.com, have a look at that site. That's the site I run where I share my portfolio with my members. Whenever I buy or sell any coin, I tell my members what coin I'm buying and at what price, or what coin I'm selling and at what price. So my members get in and out of cryptos, same price as me, so they make the same profit. But the added bonus there as well is they don't have any work to do. And if that sounds good to you, pause this video now, go onto the site, have a look through it all, watch the videos, read the testimonials, and if you like what you see, guys, try the service out. Now, Uniswap. So Uniswap's dropped substantially in the last sort of 24 hours, as everything has. Now, Uniswap is, the original AMM, right? It launched in November of 2018. They had this enormous airdrop for anyone that had used the platform, and airdrop ended up being one of the most profitable in history. People were getting thousands and thousands of dollars airdrop to them. The founders the platform's creator is Hayden Adams, who's one of the Ethereum developers. He's worked directly with Vitalik, and actually Buterin ended up giving the protocol its name. It was originally known as Unipeg and became Uniswap. Now, the thing that is so strong about Uniswap is because I think it was the first of its kind, and obviously they've done a lot of updates over the course of its lifetime. People still flock there because there are tons of AMMs now, tons and tons and tons, and we are seeing immense amounts of volume that are coming through Uniswap. Now, this is the last 24 hours. Now, obviously we have had a market crash, but we have seen trading volume skyrocket in the last 24 hours on Uniswap. $3.6 billion just on Ethereum's V3, nearly 600 million on Uniswap's V2. So we're already at 4.2 billion, nearly $1 billion on Arbitrum. So we're over like 5 billion now. Uniswap's Optimism and Polygon, that's another 300 plus million. So it's absolutely killed it. It's done $5 billion in volume in the last 24 hours. Now, of course, we are in the middle of a little bit of a crash in the market. And what this actually is a sign of Uniswap's strength. The fact that everyone is flocking to Uniswap to sell. We've seen, as an example, in the last sort of couple of months, we've seen Orca, we have seen Jupiter having huge volume going through them. And they are barely anywhere to be seen in terms of the last 24 hours. Orca is 9th. Jupiter, don't even see Jupiter here. There it is. Jupiter's 29th. And the thing is they were having huge volume. But when push comes to shove, we have seen a lot of money flowing straight onto Uniswap. Now, obviously that part of that is the fact that Ethereum has had a really big pullback, like its biggest pullback in history, by all accounts, in like a 24-hour window. But this is a really strong sign, because obviously when we're in a full-blown bull cycle and everything is just rising and rising and rising and rising, you would assume the exact same thing is going to happen and people are going to be using Uniswap heavily. And what we are seeing at the moment is volume flowing into DEXs more than ever. You know, on July 26th, there was a new all-time high in terms of DEX to centralized exchange spot trade volume, which hit near, like, just shy of 15%. And because obviously you would expect, excuse me, centralized exchanges to have the largest volume, which obviously they do, but DEX is getting to like 15% of the centralized exchange volume is huge. It's just a sign that a lot of people are more willing to go with to be in control of their own wallets. It's a good thing. Like what we do want is people taking more responsibility for their own wallets, not just leaving all their funds on exchanges. Because if an exchange tanks, crashes, gets hacked, your funds are lost. So Uniswap doing this, having this kind of success, bodes really, really well. Now, there isn't much to Uniswap. It's not like it's the most exciting of DEX, of AMMs. It's not like, they have a huge amount of like staking or real DeFi elements that you can enjoy. It's not an all-in-one DeFi solution. It's a, swap. And you can do some limit swaps as well. So, again, that's always a good thing. I prefer limit swaps personally. You can obviously add to the pools. It is very straightforward. Uniswap's volume in the past month, 38.7 billion. But as you can see, today, huge, or in the last 24 hours, huge volume going through it, more than ever. Obviously, that's in line with a market crash that we're experiencing. Total value locked of Uniswap is still pretty good, 2.7 billion. And again, you would expect a bit of a pullback. Maybe people are pulling liquidity out, pulling out of positions, trying to do a sell or whatever. But even then, total value locked still at 2.7 billion is very, very good for a coin that has a market cap of just 3.1 billion. Now, if and when we get to a full-blown bull cycle, Uniswap is going to have more volume than ever. People are going to be flocking to Uniswap every time there is a new coin that releases that there's a huge amount of excitement about. People are going to go onto Uniswap to trade it, obviously, unless it's on Solana. But the fact that we have seen this kind of volume in the last 24 hours off of a crash, I would expect the exact same situation when we have a pump. And if Uniswap is maintaining that kind of volume when we're in a full-blown bull cycle, people are going to be buying Uniswap, because what they're going to see is the transactions that are going through Uniswap increasing, the amount of volume that's going through increasing, and people are going to just naturally go, Uniswap is a good hold. It's because everyone's using it. And that's the reality. And I think everyone will flock back to Uniswap. Now, it's only hit a high of around $15 so far this year. But I really do see Uniswap getting back to previous all-time high, if not a bit higher. Its previous all-time high was $44.97. In reality, if it hit $50, is that a real shock? That'll put it at a market cap of $30 billion. But the total value locked will probably be in the tens of billions by that point. If the volume per day that's going through the DEX is hovering around the $3-4 billion, why the hell wouldn't Uniswap rally to $50? I just think there is a very good possibility of this. Obviously, downside for Uniswap is it's on every exchange, so it's not like it's going to get a listing bounce or anything. It is worth noting as well, there is certain amount of tokens that will continuously be unlocked, but we're pretty much there. It's now just community distributions more than anything of releases. You're not going to see like tons flowing, excuse me, out to advisors and tons flowing out to the team. Most of it is community distribution. So Uniswap shouldn't have a huge dump because of like a token unlock. It should just be the natural flow of Uniswap's token release. Now, in this bull cycle, I can see $50, but again, it's just, do they maintain the volume that they've had today? I think there's a very good chance that they will, because again, even though crypto projects across the board tend to want to build on something other than Ethereum, a layering solution, Ethereum still has the biggest ecosystem. People still trade on Ethereum immensely. And I think $50 is very, very achievable. Very, very achievable. But what do you guys think? Are you surprised at seeing the level of volume that's gone through Uniswap in the last 24 hours? Are you surprised we've not seen more on the Solana chain? Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Guys, if you're not confident in the coins that you own, if you're uncertain about the coins that you own, it's time to do something about it. Go to copymycrypto.com, have a look at what my members have earned, have a look at the successes we've had. It's all public record. You can verify it all on the history of this channel. Copymycrypto.com is where I share every single coin that I own with my members. Whenever I buy or sell any coin, I tell my members what coin I'm buying and at what price. When I sell, I tell my members what coin I'm selling and at what price. So there is no work for my members. They make the exact same profit as me. And if that sounds good to you, like I say, get onto the site, watch the videos, read the testimonials, read the whole site, verify it all, because it's all on the history of this channel. And if you like what you see, try the service out, guys. And that is it from me. Have a good day. Bye-bye.